Draw My Life. This is my home. And when I was born, there were 3 boys and 2 girls, so that made 6 of them. I was number 6, 3 boys and 3 girls. And there's 13 children in our family. These are the 6 girls, and then a boy, 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 and then a girl. So it was 3 boys, 6 girls, 3 boys, and a girl, and then the twin boys died and they went to heaven. There's Mom and Dad. And when we grew up, we always had to plant 10 acres of tomatoes every year. It was a lot of work. We had a lot of fun together too, though. Then when it was time to go to school, I went to American Fork High School. The girls always wore dresses until high school. Then I finally got to wear pants. But we were made fun of and laughed at because we had a big farm and we had hepatitis. And so I was very shy. And then one day, my dad started collecting manure and people didn't like it because we lived right by the church house, and they didn't like the smell. So they got up a petition to have us go away and get rid of the manure. And my dad was mad because he didn't want to get rid of the manure. So he sent me and my sister to people's houses to sign the petition saying we could keep the manure. Some people would get mad and say, I won't sign it, and some would be nice and say, yes, I will sign it. And then finally, one day we did get to go to church. It took a long time. And another thing in my life, one time a lady asked me to come babysit, and it was 3 ladies, and there was 15 children that they wanted me to watch, and I was only 13 years old. And they were gone for 10 hours. There was no food in the house. And I thought, how am I supposed to take care of all these kids? And it was just a little trailer. And the manager came to the door and said, you need to keep these kids quiet. And I said, I know you. Call my dad and tell him where I am. Nobody knows where I am. And he said, no. And finally, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the 3 ladies came home and took me home. And when I got home, everybody was looking for me with flashlights, wondered where she was. Nobody knew where I was. My dad was mad, and he yelled at those ladies, and he said, don't you ever come back. Don't ever do that again. And I never babysat after that. It was too scary. I just couldn't do it. Okay, and now we were made fun of, so I never got asked out on a date. So I was very, very shy. And so one night I got to go to a dance. My sister-in-law, her sister said, why don't you come to a dance? And Joe, he asked me to dance. And I thought he was making fun of me. So he says, I want to take you out on a date. And I thought, yeah, he's not going to show up. And he says, well, where do you live? And I said, well, I don't have an address. And he said, what's your phone number? And I said, well, I don't know if he'll show up. So Saturday I told my mom, I said, let's see if he shows up. And I told him to get off the Highland exit. So he's trying to find me. I didn't give him an address. I said I live by a church. And so he went looking for me. First he went to American Fork. Then he went to Alpine. And then he finally found my house, and the rest is history. We got sealed in the Salt Lake Temple. And we had 6 children, a boy, a girl, a boy, a girl, a boy, a girl. And then after we had our 6 kids, we outgrew our house. Our house only had 3 bedrooms. So we added on, and we had 7 bedrooms, and then our house was big enough. And we became the Orgo Family Singers and Cloggers for about 10 years. We would get on the stage. We'd have me and Joe would sing with them too. And so we 8 of us up there, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And we had a lot of fun singing. But when the kids got older, that was over because that only lasted like 10 years. Then it was time for him to start going on missions. Johnny went to Valencia, Venezuela, where he learned Spanish. He's gone for 2 years. My daughter Rochelle went to Argentina, Salta, Argentina. She's gone 18 months. Davy, he went to Merida, Mexico, and he was only gone 14 months because he got really sick with parasites, so he had to come home. And then my son Jimmy Joe, we forgot him. He went to Cambodia. And then our daughter Julianne, she went to play basketball, and Amanda went to play volleyball. And they all got sealed in the Salt Lake Temple. And which was nice. And because we got sealed in the Salt Lake Temple too. And between all of them, we now have 26 grandchildren. There are 14 girls that are in the family. The oldest is 14, and grandchild is 14, and the youngest is 6 weeks. So that's all but 14 grandgirls, and there's 12 grandsons in our family. And it's almost even, which is pretty nice. So that is my story, and we love our grandchildren. Oh yeah, and we all became runners. Almost forgot to tell about our running years. I started when I was 32, I think. Age 30 I started. And I started getting trophies. I'd either be first woman or first in my age category. So I've been running about 30 years now. And I also sing and write books. I will show you some of them. There's my CD. And these are my Momma Knows books. Momma Knows About the Judge, Fences. Here's some pictures my niece drew. Nickels. Momma Knows About Nickels. Momma Knows About Rainbows. And some pictures inside, and mine and Joe's story. And so that is our, Mom, I'm Home.
Na 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 na.
So that is Draw My Life, and so far I went through it kind of fast, but that's okay. And I hope you enjoy that. And, that was actually a lot of fun. So now you know a little bit about Roseanne Bueller-Orgill and Draw My Life. Goodbye.
We go on watching that midnight talks. Sometimes we would sing. Oh.